Well, hey everybody, it's Doug here, Doug Mystic Guy on Board Game Geek, bringing you our second episode of Elder Sign using the Gates of Arkham expansion, where we are delving into the city of Arkham. In the original Elder Sign, you were dealing with the threat of creatures from another world invading this museum, but now you go out, pour out onto the streets of Arkham, and the rule changes here seem to be more interesting to me than the base game was, even though I enjoyed the base game. So, we do have a couple things though from the last session that I just wanted to touch on. One was, I didn't state it, I typed it in later, but I didn't state it, but I did put a Doom token on the Ithaca sheet here, because we did get one from our Mythos card. And then secondly, Skids' ally here, when he gains a sanity injury or injury to his sanity, this card also gets one. It can take up to 3 before it gets discarded. That is his ally, Anna Caslow, who helps him to re-roll dice. She's like a psychic or something like that. Anyway, that's all I really had to correct. So we're going to get started right now with Trish Scarborough's turn. So I think what we're going to do with Trish is we're going to go and try and tackle this mad experiment. It says no one could believe what the good doctor was doing to his students, or his patients rather, even as we watched it happen. So basically these have to be solved in order. You need two clues, and a skull, and you take a sanity hit for if you succeed at this last one. It also has an event, but it's okay. She doesn't have a lot of stuff, but she does have the skill. In fact, she used all her stuff in the last round. It says once during your turn you may re-roll 1 die, showing an investigation roll. So on that last roll, if we have an investigation die, we can re-roll it, or we can also discard during any investigator's turn to return a monster to the cup. I don't know, that seems weak compared to having the skill of being able to re-roll a die. And we can't forget that she also has the breaking the limits ability, which we may need, and she has a clue token. So we're going to take her, and she's going to venture to here, which the thematic experiment is being conducted at the Arkham Asylum. And the first thing that we have to do is draw an event card. So we're going to do that. Hopefully it's nothing too terrible. Looks like it is. It says unexpected difficulties. The ground crumbles beneath you, and from cracks an inhuman moaning emanates. This is not going to be a simple investigation. A green die is locked during the resolution phase. So we're going to be down 1 green die, and she doesn't have any extra dice to be able to add to her pool. So let's get rolling and see if we can get lucky enough to get this done. That kind of hurts us. Okay, here we go. Let's roll the dice. I'm down 1 green die. We still might be able to. Well, there we go. So we got this down. Oh, let me get the card. Okay, so we do have a 2 here, and you know what we could do? She could lock this die, she could focus this die and keep it, and that way we have the next round guaranteed as well. Remember, we have to do these in order, so let's see what we get. Well, we would have missed it perhaps, so we locked this die over. We're going to use that one, and now we have to roll, and hopefully we get a skull. That's all we need left to solve this mystery. We do not, but she does get her skill that she can use, which is to re-roll 1 die with a investigation. So we're going to do that and see if we get lucky. We did not. Uh-oh. So now we're going to have to give up a die. We'll give 1 die up, and we're going to roll again. Now, her ability. You know what? We're not going to do that. Actually, we're not going to give that up yet. We're going to use her clue token before we go on to that, so we have our full 3 dice to roll again. Hopefully we get lucky enough, and we do. Okay, so it cost us a clue and a sanity, but we did do it. So for solving that, she also takes a sanity token, which I put on her sheet. She now has 2 of her 5, and she has used her clue token, but she did succeed at this mission, which is going to give her either 2 common items or an ally, and I think she's going to take the 2 common items as well as this as a trophy, giving her 3, and then her token will go back to the streets of Arkham as she leaves the the experiment in the Arkham Asylum. And then we're going to draw another card. Now this is the Silver Twilight Lodge. It says you may spend 3 trophies to gain a Silver Twilight Lodge membership. That is very valuable, so we're going to put that there. And then we're going to draw a couple of common items for Trish as a reward for completing that quest. So she gets a flare gun. It says discard this card during your turn to move another investigator to your adventure. That's pretty useful. Then you and that investigator may trade unique or common items, ally spells, or clues. Okay. So on top of her skills, she now has that, and she gets a second one. So that is a Roadster. Okay. Discard this card at the end of your resolution phase to skip your clock phase and take another turn. Huh. Should she do that now? I mean, that was her. That was. It says at the end of her resolution phase. So we just resolved getting her rewards. I think she's going to hold on to that, though she could go to that Silver Twilight Lodge and use her 3 trophies that she just got to get a membership. Now, what does that do? It simply gives her this card that says that she's a member of the Silver Twilight Order of the Silver Twilight Lodge, and that will give her special abilities and events when they come up on the cards. Huh, do we do that? Do we do that? I think that might not be a bad idea. It will also give her a second turn without advancing the clock, which would be helpful because we haven't gotten anything that gives us Elder Signs yet. So she is going to speed off in the Roadster that was outside the asylum. I mean, we're going to use that immediately. That's going to go on the bottom of this deck. And she's going to get to take another immediate turn. Let me just read that again. Discard this card at the end of your resolution phase to skip your clock phase and take another turn. So we're not going to get to skip both clock phases, but we are going to get to take another turn. So let's do that. So Trish rolls her Roadster around town and comes to the Silver Twilight Lodge, where she is going to take advantage of this and spend her 3 total trophies to get the Silver Twilight Lodge membership, which is right here. So she now has that with her character card. Okay, and then of course we'll flip that over and she will investigate this location. Ooh, that looks pretty rough. Oh man. That is a new symbol. I'm going to have to look that up. But let's take a look at this card in more detail. Okay, it does have an event, of course. These are all bad events, seem to be. We made our way deep below to the secret sanctuary on the Silver Twilight cult. Okay, so man, if we fail this, this is too bad because, well, we'll get to remove a Doom token, we'll get to not advance the clock, we'll get to remove monster if there's one, and we get an Elder Sign. So winning this is actually really valuable, but it doesn't look all that easy, and there's a couple of extra things to do here. So I'm going to take a look at the expansion rules because I got to figure out what this does. So we are going to end up drawing a new event card as well. So just a moment. Oh, this is actually awesome. So what this means, here's the benefit of being a member of the Silver Twilight Lodge. When you see that, it means that she is a member, so she gets to skip this one and only needs to do the bottom 2. So she needs to roll a scroll and then a combination of either a scroll and a skull or a terror and a scroll. So it helps our chances quite a bit, but we don't know what our event card's yet. So let's draw that. Rare knowledge. You find the ancient scroll wrapped in oiled cloth and marvel at how such valuable knowledge could have been hidden for so long. Gain 1 clue or draw 1 spell. Well, a good event. I'm shocked. I think at this point we're going to draw a spell. I think that is more valuable. So let me, I know I shuffled them, but I like to do quick extra shuffles as we play just to make sure there's some good randomization. See what we get. We get heal. Okay. Discard to fully restore any investigator's stamina. So that's helpful. So that's going to be her other item. Now remember, she also has the flare gun and her skill of stealth. So she's got a pretty good chance of succeeding here. I may regret not taking the clue token, but we will see. Now keep in mind that because she did decide to become a member of the Silver Twilight Lodge, she does get the benefit of not having to do that. So we're going to roll the dice. Right now she's just looking for a skull or scroll rather. She has one, so she gets that. But in addition to doing that, she does take another sanity point. She's at 3 of her 5. She's going to have to do something about that soon. Okay, now we get to roll again. We need a couple of, we got options here, thankfully, but let's see what we get. This was not good for us. Let's see. she's going to focus this, but we're going to have to get rid of one. Oh wait, she can re-roll one of these, but before we do that, she's going to re-roll one of these with her special ability or skill of once the stealth skill, which is once per turn, she can re-roll an investigation. So we're going to do that. So we're going to push these aside. We have a scroll right now, which is helpful to us. And no. So we are going to focus this. Boom. We're going to lose a die, and then we're going to roll 3 more. It's getting kind of tight on us here. There we go. Okay, so we did succeed at this. We can do, hold on just a moment. Just like to double check, make sure I'm doing it right. So we're going to use this scroll that she focused on right here. In this slot here, we can use either a scroll or a skull, and we can either use a terror or a scroll here, so we do that, and she succeeds. That was awesome. So we're having some good luck at succeeding, even though she's taking sanity damage along the way. So we get a lot of rewards. Now the first reward we get here doesn't help us much. We get to remove a monster. But the next reward, we get to place an elder sign, finally, on Ithaqua's sheet. So we only need 10 more to go, and then then after that we get to not, I believe I'm going to have to look that up, but I think that's not move the clock if I'm not mistaken. And then we also get to remove this doom token from Ithaqua's sheet. That is outstanding. So we're going to put that back, and let me just check on that one symbol. I'm pretty sure I got that right, but I want to be certain. Yes, here it is, folks. It's right there. It says expeditious, do not advance the clock during the clock phase of this turn. So, man, we got lucky there. She didn't have to advance the clock at all. She's got some items out of it. She does have a little sanity, but she also then gained 3 trophies from that, which I'll put with her character. She is a member of the Twilight Silver Lodge, and we're going to have to draw the next card, which is a green Arkham Asylum card. Ability to get some sanity back. So we're going to place that out. Okay, we're going to place that out here, and as luck would have it, we again do not advance the clock. Now we're going to move on to, that was quite a turn. We also have to put her token back on the streets of Arkham. We've been succeeding quite well at these tasks that we have to do. But now we're going to go to Skids O'Toole, and he's in good shape because he's got a lot of clues, and he's got a good special ability to help him get out of trouble. So he does have 1 of 3 sanity. Sanity's very low. He's not very good at that. But he also has 2 tokens. So I think we're going to send him to the general store. So let's do that. He's going here where he will take advantage of that, and he will spend his 2 trophies that he has, and here they are, to gain 1 common item. So I'm going to discard that, and he will gain a common item from the common item deck. I'm just picking up the deck here so I can get it to you guys, and we can draw that card. Okay, here we go. Whiskey, discard this card instead of losing sanity. Well, he'll appreciate that because he has lost some sanity. Okay, and he has very low sanity. So we're going to now flip this over, and I'm going to guess whatever we have to solve will allow us to purchase something or get something, items it looks like. Okay, so we can go over this. This is wheeling and dealing at the general store. With a few flattering words and a bit of good-natured menace, I was able to get quite a deal. So if we have terror, we have to discard a trophy we didn't have anymore. If we lose, we advance the clock. We just need these 2 tokens, and then we get a common item. If we were a member of the Sheldon gang, which is what that means, we would get another common item. But we're only going to get 1 because he is not a member of the Sheldon gang. So let's go to the dice bowl and roll for this encounter. Now keep in mind he's got his ally that helps him to reroll, and he's also got a pretty good ability. The School of Hard Knocks is once during his turn, after rolling dice, Skids may reroll a dice showing the result of his choice. So the only thing we care about are, and we succeeded already. So here we got 2 there. We have another 2 here. And we succeeded at this very easy task. So we have completed that. That's going to give him another trophy and a common item. So I'll put this over with his character card, and we will put this back here. We will then draw a common item for him. He got a lucky cigarette case, which gives him a yellow die to roll. Boom. And then we are going to also replace that task, that location with the river docks. It is yellow, meaning it's medium difficulty. It says you may give 1 clue, unique item, common item, or trophy to any other investigator. That's interesting. And then last but not least, we're going to advance the clock 1. And that ends Skid's turn. Now we're going to go on to Kate Winthrop, who, now remember, she's got the ability of science. Monsters cannot appear during Kate's turn. So that's her useful ability. She has no items left and 2 trophies, so we don't want to send her on something too difficult. She does have 1 sanity against her, but let's see what she's going to do. Well, since we have 2 green Arkham Asylums out, I think she's just going to pop down to this one here. Well, she does have 2 trophies. What can she do from her location? Let's see. She can flip 1 card. She can discard an adventure without a gate or a monster or locked die, and replace it with a new one. Or she can regain 1 stamina and 1 sanity. I don't think that's worth it. I think she's just going to go here. She's not going to spend any trophies. We're just going to go here and access it. The other 2 I think are a little hard for her with no stuff. So she's going to visit with the psychiatric assistant at Arkham Asylum. I knew my friend wouldn't welcome the help, but if I didn't get the assistance get him the assistance he needed, he wouldn't remain my friend much longer. So if we roll a terror, we lose a sanity. She's got to get a bunch of investigation numbers, and she's going to gain. I have to look that one up as well, but it's something from the expansion. I'm not sure which. We'll get to that, but let's start rolling now. As I look at Kate, she probably should have spent those 2 trophies to gain a health and a sanity, or stamina and a sanity back, because she is a little wounded. But I think we'll be okay. If she does fail this, she's going to take another sanity hit, but she's got a high sanity. So let's roll and see what she gets. I don't think she's going to fail it, just because she's good at... I mean, this is pretty simple. So she's got a 2 and a 1 there, and that solves the first one. So now all we got to do is get the second one, which we need 3 total investigations, and there they are. So we got 3 total, and we're going to gain the reward, which is a fairly weak reward, but she's going to get to remove the sanity off of her sanity token off of her sheet, and she did succeed though, which does give her a 3rd trophy. And we completed this mission, but we're going to advance the clock twice, which kind of defeats what we did with our other characters. So let's go back to the clock. It will advance once, and then we're going to place her token back on the streets of Arkham. We will replace that location with the witch's house. At midnight, a gate opens. We almost want that to happen, don't we? Because that's going to be one of the major ways we get elder signs. We've only gotten 1 so far out of all that stuff we've done. And then that's it, actually. We don't have anything else left to do for this turn. That ended Kate Winthrop's turn. She will start next turn on the streets as everybody else does, because we've completed every single task that we have been asked to complete so far. That's pretty good. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Let me know if I made any errors or spotted anything. I don't think I did. I think it all went pretty smoothly. But thanks for watching again, guys. I can't tell you how much I appreciate your support and your enjoyment of this hobby, and allowing me to share my enjoyment of it with you. So take care, and I will talk to you soon.